Hi, I'm Paqueta12, and today we play with particles. We build a custom emitter like here, and once we have this, we can play with feedback and get those dreadlocks or tentacles. So yeah, we build this network, and yeah, let's start. And first of all, I would like to make a little drawing of what we plan to build here. So let's imagine we have a single point and it walks this path. So we need to save the previous positions. Okay, let's say we save 6 of them. Okay, and now we want to add some spreads of points that would be the birth of particles per frame, and each spread will be bigger as we get closer to the tail. Okay, and yeah, this is what we plan to build. So let's start. Let's use a constant chop. Okay, and here let's say birth, let's go with 32 for now, and trail being the length of how many points, the previous points. So let's go with 1 to 8 here, and I would also like to add a speed. So let's go with 0.1, and here we chain a null, and in between insert a null, click outside and collapse selected. Now we have a folder in which we want to find out the size of a texture to keep the birth particles. So we have now 32. Obviously we need 6 by 6 resolution. So let's use a select here. Okay, so let's take birth and rename to map. And now we go with mod chop, and we take root and ceiling. Now we need a merge, and we connect the map. Okay, what else? We need to take the speed and rename this into time, and now chain the speed chop. Okay, now let's set our point by using a noise stop of 1 by 1 resolution. This has to be 32 RGB and not monochrome. Okay, and I would like to have also a noise, and this one takes the map for both X and Y resolution. Okay, and this has to be 32 RGB and not monochrome. Let's go with nearest pixel, and here I have 36 points. I only need 32, so let's use point repack here in the palette, and we repack this into 1 by 32. Okay, and here I would like to add this over this point, and here let's switch those two. Okay, and take nearest pixels and fill. We good. Now this noise being the spread, it has to be 0 for the offset, and here depends how big the spread is. We can go with 0, 1 for now, okay? And yeah, now let's make this noise moving by using the time into translate Z. Okay. And here I would like to save each point here. We do this by using a feedback, and so I need a constant to initialize my feedback. So this constant is the trail. We take the trail for the resolution X and the birth for resolution Y. Okay, this is let me see what happened. Not enough sources. Okay. Oh, this is composite. Sorry about it. So we need a constant. Okay. So let's take 0 for the value. This has to be 32 RGB. Okay. And yeah, the resolution is trail by birth. Okay. And now we use feedback, and let's have this black. Also keyboard in to pulse the feedback, and yeah, we use it for reset too. And now let's add those two together. Okay, and this has to be fill and nearest pixels. Not fill, sorry. Let's go with native resolution. Okay, we see we add a single line of pixels. Okay, now let's put it to the right, and here we use a transform. Okay, in which we take pixels for translate and go with -1 on X. So now we have a pixel offset there. Let's set the nearest pixels. Okay, let's use a null, and this null goes into the feedback. Okay, now we have these texture here. Let's make it a little bit bigger, and I name these particles. Okay, now yeah, I would like to see them. Okay, so let's make very quick. Let's take a box. Okay, and we use transform to scale it 1 divided by 100. Let's have a geometry here. Okay, now I would like to select the particles. Okay, and let's see them. So I use a null, and I go with it in the geometry instance here. Okay, we take R, G, and B. Okay, let's see what we got. So geometry viewer. Okay, so we have a trail for each point in our birth texture. Okay, now if we change here the amplitude, okay, the spread will be bigger, and yeah, let's go with 0.01 for now. So okay, and yeah, it's good, but I would like to have the spread, the more spread on a tail. Okay, so let's use a ramp for this. So I'll take a ramp. Okay, maybe if I make this is the same resolution. Okay, so I have a ramp on the same resolution. This one has to be 32 mono. Okay, and I would like to multiply this. So multiply, oh, sorry, multiply. Okay, with my points. Now if I connect to the end, the tail will go to 0. Okay, so I don't want that. I want a tail to be in the same place, but yeah, the tail it's having a way much more spread than the start. Okay, now let's use this ramp into a level. Okay, and I invert this, and now I multiply again with this, and yeah, let's add them together. Nothing will happen now. We have the same thing, I believe. Yeah, a little bit different. The everything jumped off the center, because now I'll have the end and the start, okay, both in this texture. And since I would like to have the tail a little bit noisy, now let's put here a noise. Okay, so I connect both inputs. Okay, I go with offset to 0, not monochrome, and use input. This should be the 32 RGB. Okay, now let's set the amplitude to 0. Now the noise, it's like doing nothing. Okay, we can connect it here, and let's increase the amplitude. Okay, so now the tail gets very noisy. Okay, and yeah, let's play with this a little bit. Let's make this also moving by having the same time. Okay, and yeah, maybe if we want the motion to be faster, we can use multiply by 2, and it's good. Now the directions, let's decrease the period like 0.01. Okay, and maybe the speed of our point, let's go with the harmonic gain to 1, and yeah, this is the emitter that we want. Okay, now once we have this, let's have some colors. Okay, so first let's color this into crazy color like this one. Let's rename position. Okay, and now I want to use a noise, and I'll have the same resolution for it. Okay, and yeah, this one is 32 RGB, not monochrome. I go with a null, make this pinkish color and color. So now we have the colors. Let's use this texture. Okay, as we have it, R, G, and B, and yeah, now we have some colors, but they are quite jiggling, and yeah, it's like the colors are not well mapped on what we have here. And what we can do is actually use for the second input, let's use I don't know, we copy paste this select, we drag it here next to our noise, and let's connect into the second input. And now each board, it's coming with its own color. Okay, so I like this better. Okay, now what else? Let's use a feedback now. So first we need a render here, so let's have a render. Also a camera and a light. Okay, and this let's go with 1280 by 1280. Okay, now I need to offset my camera to 0.5 to 0.5. Okay, and maybe we go with 2 here, and let's have a null. This is final. Okay, and yeah, let's see this instead. So top viewer. Okay, we good. Now I want to use feedback here, hoping that I'll get some nice trails. Okay, so let's have a feedback. So okay, and yeah, let's go full with opacity. Yeah, so we have those trails. Okay, now we better go with the spheres. Okay, so let's have a sphere here. Okay, this one is polygon, and yeah, maybe 8. And now the trails are much better. Okay, now let's have our one key also for this feedback. Okay, and now we good. You see here I have some particles, some spheres in a wrong position, and that is because let me show you this texture. Okay, so every time I reset, these textures goes from right to left. Okay, and for all the blacks I have actually 0 as a coordinate, so those spheres there are on 0. I can solve this quite easily, I believe. So what if out of here we go with matte? Okay, like this. Let's take the length, mask the alpha, and go 32 mono. And now I would like to use something else. So length, mask alpha, 32 mono, and take the ceiling. And here I'll use a limit. Because sometimes the length can be bigger than 1. So now I use a clamp here. Okay, and now I multiply this with this, and yeah, let's color this texture and name it scale. Okay, so now I'll have this texture into my geometry here for the scale. So we take R for all of them. Okay, now we much better. Okay, so how can we slow it down a little bit? Okay, so first we can go a little lower with the speed. Then here in this noise we can increase the exponent. Okay, and yeah, play the noise parameters how you like. Okay, so yeah, this was my tutorial. You'll have the file free to download, and I really hope you like this. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, or you can support me on Patreon. A big thank you to all my patrons, especially to 480 Productions, Anti-Allies, Ben Harrison, Bora Edintug, Brandon Tay, Breakwood, Brian Smith, Charlie Williams, Choi Seng Ho, Connor Carnes, Daniel Clark, Darian Brito, Erin Lewin, Fraxinus, Jason Picciano, Justin Schaffner, Leo Torres, Laures Lab, Masayuki Azegami, Michel Ongle, Ophir Lieberman, Paul Trall, Priam Givord, Robert Elderton, Sebastian Schnabel, Sinus, Cyril Bridger, Siskill Me, Tim Node, Tim, Tyler Hallett, Vincent Naples. Guys, thank you so much.